Yeah. So.
Ketchup Series MVP.
The Klark's Ketchup Series MVP brought to you by Klark's Ketchup. Drizzle that ketchup. This vote figures to be quite competitive. An even spread. It may come down to the winner of this ketchup may only get 4 votes. I'm very interested to see where it goes. So, without further ado, I don't want to call it one of the most highly anticipated, but definitely one of the most highly debated ketchups of the year. We go to the vote. With the first vote for this 2 out of 3 series win against the Minnesota Twins here in late July, the last series before the trade deadline. The first vote for Klark's Ketchup Series MVP goes to Steven.
Packet to Trevor Story for some big wins in this series. His consistency this year has been great. He probably obviously had a tough stretch to start. I wanted him DFA'd. The Red Sox are not in playoff position right now without Trevor Story. Packet to Cedar Rafaela for consistently yawning while making web gems. This guy is just... he's a joke in the field. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's actually a play, multiple plays that he's made that I wouldn't get too excited because this is what he does every single game. Packet to Connor Wong for getting on base 3 times in the finale. I didn't know that was legal. Packet to Roman Anthony for getting on base seemingly every time he's up and being the calm spark plug at the top of the lineup that the Red Sox haven't had in quite some time. But my series MVP goes to a guy that I talked to on Friday, and since talking to him and telling him to hit the ball, he's hitting .458 with a 1560 OPS, 8 extra base hits, 8 RBIs, and 6 runs. He had a 1687 OPS in this series, was on base at least twice in every game, and he's a dude that I'm praying they don't trade. My Klark's Ketchup Series MVP is Jarren Duran.
You know what? Jake, who you got for Klark's Ketchup Series MVP? Okay, it's a TS10 for Jake. So that's 1 vote Duran, 1 vote TS10. The Mick man, Coley Mick.
So I think this is a series where I think both starters also deserve some consideration because I think Giolito coming out, doing what he did, and then Bayo coming out, doing what he did, was immensely important. Last time we talked about both of those guys, it was just like, have they fallen off from that tremendous stretch they both had? Resounding, no, they have not with the 2 starts they had. And it also, with news that they're pushing Crochet back a couple of days, you want the bullpen to be fresh. They both helped there, more Bayo than Giolito. But Packet to Duran, he was unbelievable. The home run today, I cannot in good faith put that towards the catch-up count. The game was very over. But I'll also say that to TS10, who I'm also giving a Packet to. I think his home runs were more timely, and that nobody's fault, it's just how it happened. But when you score 21 combined runs over 2 of your wins, and obviously lost game 1 because of the thing that has brought this group together. It's trade deadline season, boys. You got tensions across the league are high. And this group was as light as a feather with a brand new celebration because the Klark's Ketchup MVP is turbulence.
Can I adjust it to the pilot?
No, because the turbulence is what brought it. Had a tremendous impact on the first game. I think if Whitlock's not throwing up in his shoes, they just win that game. But they were able to make a new celebration, mock it. I think the turbulence is what brought these boys together.
Is this the first non-human to get a vote?
You going pilot?
Someone else voted for the pilot. So
we can lump all plane-related. It's not going to win, so we can lump all plane-related things together.
Right now, as far as we know, that's the only thing that has multiple votes.
Sure. I also heard you say someone else, which implies only one other person voted Sky.
I'm gonna put turbulence for now.
Let's cross that bridge. If more people start talking planes, we'll adjust.
If it doesn't group up to get it, it will look funny on the graphic to see turbulence and pilot for MVP.
Yeah.
So I do like that.
Yeah, like when you play Family Feud, it's like they'll give it to you if it's close enough.
Yeah.
Like if you're like turbulence, and then it would be like plane related matters, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, T.
Yeah, I'm going Jaron Duran. I was kind of fighting, obviously, Roman. Obviously, some people throwing in Trevor Story, but you look at Jaron Duran, more total bases than those two in this series. Had 15, also had more hits. I give Jaron Duran, even with the late homer today, he had the 2-run single earlier in the game that helped break it open. So I got to account him in all that. Obviously, the second game, we highlighted that earlier. Even the first game had a hit in that game, had a deke in center field, which gave the Red Sox a chance. Richard Fitz was able to escape that fourth inning at the time. But I'm going to give it to Jaron Duran. I think he was the spark plug in this series. And I think as Jaron Duran goes, in a lot of ways, the Red Sox goes. And I don't think it's a surprise they've had. Is that what I say?
Yeah, Duran goes, Red Sox goes.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I don't think it's a surprise the Red Sox have had their best month of the season, and Jaron Duran is also in the midst of his best month. Packet-wise, for the bullpen, I'll throw one to Chris Murphy for pitching, first game, third game. Garrett Whitlock for surviving the plane, and Aroldis Chapman for being healthy. And I'll throw one to the medical team as well, because to see Chapman already back throwing 101, that makes me feel so much better moving forward.
Okay. Packet to TS10, back-to-back games with the home run. Also had the double. Packet to Massa, because it felt like that was the swing to, not the home run, but the 2-run single with the bases loaded. That was like the, okay, like we have the series. Like that. It's big to just win the series. Packet to Massa. Packet to Brian Bayo for the outing. Packet to Lucas Giolito for his outing. What?
Packet to Big Lou.
Big Lou.
Louis G.
Louis G. Packet to Big Louis. Luis Giolito. And ultimately, I think I'm going to have to vote for Jaron Duran. For a reason that no one else has mentioned amongst the Jaron Duran voters. For me, it's because he got slotted into that third hole in the lineup and just started crushing home runs, and they haven't had that extra, like, it's not just the homers, it's like even when he's hitting homers, it's doubles, it's triples, it's extra base chaos. They haven't had that since Rafi was here. It's kind of just been like putting guys up there and being like, wait, who's hitting third? Who's hitting fourth? What the fuck is this? And Duran still doesn't fit the profile of a 3-hitter, but he's hitting like one. So as long as that continues, and to T's point, you want to call the home run today garbage time? The 2-run knock was big when it happened. That was still a game when that happened. And then obviously in game 2, the home run to make it 5-0. They ended up needing all 5 of those runs. They won the game 8-5. So
I also, Trevor Story, the homers were great. I do deduct a couple points for him forcing Chapman to have to come into that game. If he doesn't make the error, Chapman never has to enter.
Sure. And then also, I think if we are going to give credit to Duran for the celebration, then that's another, like, it debuted in this series. I feel like you get Ketchup points.
It had to.
Yeah, you get Ketchup points if you're the originator of the airplane, Selly. So if we're going to credit him for that, that's more Ketchup points for me.
I've been going back. I think Rafaela was the first one to break it out in game.
So Jaron Duran came up with it, And
Told it to Rafaela, yeah.
Yeah.
is this right? The math doesn't math. Is it 3 votes Duran, 1 vote TS10, 1 vote Turbulence?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Yep.
Okay. To the panel we go. Okay, first vote from the panel. He made sure to actually include the audio this time. It's Hogdale.
Hog.
Man, we're drizzling with a vengeance after the Red Sox sweep a series where they take 2 out of 3 against the Minnesota Twins. And I'm starting off my catch-up submission with an apology because I am a complete fucking jackass who forgot to check the file format for my catch-up submission last week. So I fucked up the file submission. So I just sent in a pitiful text message submission as opposed to my audio. So I do take full culpability for that. I am an absolute fucking moron. That being said, though, man, good series from the Sox. It's a series where if Mother Nature doesn't actively despise us, if an act of God literally hadn't smitten us, it's an easy sweep. The Sox played some good baseball. And, in terms of packets for this series, I first want to give big credit to, and this is not just for this series, this is honestly for a lot of this year, is I got to give packets to Brian Bayo, he's just been so unbelievably impressive. I just feel like he hasn't gotten enough credit for what he's been doing. Last year, he got so much scrutiny, and a lot of it was deserved. Like, the mentality wasn't there, he melted down, didn't go deep into games. Obviously fixed that a bit in the second half of last year, but this year, he's basically just been consistently great. And we keep asking for a number 2 for Crochet, and it's understandable. But Bayo's been pitching like a number 2 this season, and he deserves credit for it. So big packets to Brian Bayo. And my other massive packet goes to... Man, it's a tough fucking choice. My other big packets go to Trevor Story. I'm going vibes based. Story in terms of sheer RBI in this series combined with home runs. He had the same amount of home runs as the guy I want to give my catch-up to this week. Story's been amazing. He's heated back up. It's a series where, a lot of us looked at Story cooling down again and thought, maybe is the Linsanity run over? No. Just when you start with the doubts start to creep back in again. He heats the fuck back up. Was huge in this series. Deserves credit. He gets packets. But my Klark's Ketchup Series MVP goes to the man who was turned into Barry Bonds the second he got put in the 3-hole, Jarren Duran. Duran was phenomenal this series. Back running the bases like a maniac. He's hitting 800-foot home runs that are going 7 rows deep. He has been amazing. He was incredible this series. He deserves my Klark's Ketchup Series MVP vote. I'm giving it to him. And I'll end this off with bye. Bye at the deadline. Greg, bye! See ya.
Okay. It's Hogdale.
I could have sworn it was just, I'll end this off with bye, guys. I thought that's what he was
that
going
has
for,
been
but-
all right, see you later, bye.
Yeah.
Okay. TC. So wait, that's 4 votes Duran. 1 vote TS10, 1 vote Turbulence. Tom Karen. Duran. Ours, not theirs. Dave O'Brien. Dave O'Brien says, I'll go TS10. So that's 2 TS10, 5 Duran, 1 Turbulence. Jemai Webster. Jemai Webster said, oof, I'm going with the turbulent flight over to Minnie with a nod to Jarren Duran and hopes this is a line of many more for him after tomorrow. So that to me is Turbulence.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 votes Turbulence.
Clear Turbulence.
Yeah.
It's a
2
ball
votes
knower.
Turbulence. So I believe... Oh, Lou. Lou Merlone voted, I'm going Roman.
I don't hate it.
I'm going
Yeah, I don't hate it
Roman.
at all.
I'm giving him credit for the game winner on Monday, even though Hicks gave it up. He gets on all the time and always gets the big hit.
He was my
So that
runner-up.
is 5 votes Duran, 2 votes TS10, 2 votes Turbulence, 1 vote for Roman. And now I believe that brings us to the audio submission that has Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks, and Mike Monaco. So without further ado, I give to you the Holy Trinity from Minnesota.
Dearly beloved, the Boston Red Sox have just won a motherfucking series from the Minnesota Twins. Should have been a sweep were it not for the worst flight and the worst rain delay in baseball history. But they get the fucking job done today, 13-1. Fleming, Middlebrooks, Monaco. It's a three-way in the best possible way. And the Red Sox get the job done here in Minneapolis as Brooksy shakes his head. Will, I've heard enough from Mike. He's going to go off to a bachelor party in Austin here in a minute. He's deserting us as the Sox just get hot going into the deadline. Weird week, but they're rolling. They deserve to be added to, don't they?
Yeah, they pitched well. Had some guys come out of the bullpen outside of Alcala that looked pretty good. And the boys got hot today. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there's several guys to pick from, handful of guys to pick from in this series. Should have been a sweep. You said it. No excuse there, but you'll take 2 or 3.
Mike, I can't say with any certainty at the end of this thing who is going to be the MVP because you can pick from a lot of dudes. There's compelling cases for a lot of different people.
I've got my pick. I'm going to save it for just a sec. I'm going to say a few things. Roman Anthony is a flat-out stud.
Yeah.
I posed the question to you during the game on the air. What's the over-under Vegas would set right now on MVPs for him? Is it a half? Is it 1.5? It's a fascinating question. Brooksy, we talked about that the other day off air. The other thing is Monday still pisses me off. That is so annoying that game happened. When do you ever see a 90-minute delay before the bottom of the ninth? That flight was insane. We talked about it through all 3 games. Like, whatever you've read about it or heard as a Red Sox fan, it was that crazy. It was insane.
It was. So we kind of start with packets with the pilot who got us on the ground and the cleanup crew. I mean, I'm serious. Full on Armageddon. I mean, it was awful. Huge packet to Garrett Whitlock, who wore it big time. He pitched great last night. That was as bad a flight as you could ever be on. I'm going to give a preemptive packet, and I almost gave him the MVP because I think by the time people hear this podcast, I really do. By the time people hear this thing on Thursday morning, I think moves will be made. And I'm just going to say that I have a real hunch, a real suspicion that Craig Breslow is going to go big at this deadline, but it is time to just get it out there. Ketchup time, Brooksy, who you got?
Oh, I would love to give one to Roman Anthony. Since he went to the leadoff spot, he's been on base 11 times in 19 plate appearances. Yeah. Insane. And he's crushing the baseball as well. It could go to Trevor Story also, who's had arguably the biggest hits in this series, but I'm going to go Jarren Duran. I will go Jarren Duran. He had, 6 hits, couple homers. Drove in how many today? 4, 5 in the series. We'll go Jarren Duran for MVP.
Mikey?
Trevor Story. I went Duran last series. I'm going Story this series. The biggest hits, and maybe not the overall numbers of Duran in the series. And yes, Story was 0 for in the opener on Monday. But to hit the 2-run shot in the 3rd inning in the middle game, to hit the first big moment, the home run to lead off the second today here on Wednesday. That was huge. And I just think overall, he just said to us after the game, he had an awful May. The way he's responded, he's put together a solid season. He's playing a really good shortstop right now defensively as well. Give me TS10.
3 guys could easily make a case. I could easily go Roman. I could go Trevor. You can obviously take a big stab at Jarren Duran. To me, these things come down to a simple truth, right? It's not about stat aggregation, and it's not like all of Duran's hits were insignificant. A lot of them were, but he did pile up some stuff when the games were already sort of decided. Roman is going to be an MVP in this league. He's an absolute badass. It is a gift to watch him. By the way, another big packet to Alex Core. This lineup change is fucking awesome. Like Anthony, Bregman, Duran, and then if you slide in somebody behind them who can really bang, wow, this lineup looks so much better. But the big hits came off the bat of Trevor's story. I mean, the game changed yesterday and today because of TS10. And so for that reason, God willing, no turbulence on the flight. The Klark's Ketchup Series. Let us not puke. The Klark's Ketchup Series MVP is Trevor motherfucking Story.
Wow.
He's lost
It's not.
Jesus.
But it's Duran. Congratulations to Jaron Duran on how many MVPs is this, Steve?
Jaron Duran joins the Two-Timers Club. This is the second series MVP for him, joining Willie Abreu. Alex Bregman's got 3, Trevor Story's got 4. So that's who he is chasing if he's on this team after Thursday.
Wow. It's big time. It's big time. Congratulations to Jaron Duran. Second, I would have guessed more.
He's gotten a lot of
agreed.
votes. That would be an interesting thing to vote count. Would be something we might want to look into.
How many did he win last year when he got the MVP votes?
I don't know.
Like the real
numbers
MVP
here.
votes.
I can find that out though.
Yeah, I feel like he probably. I'm gonna guess he won like 6 last year.
I feel like it was
You think
more.
that many?
Yeah.
I'll see here.
Well, Steve's looking for that.